So we're here at PAX 2015 with Jason Anarchy, owner and creator of Drinking Quest, the drinking game and a tabletop RPG, according to the sign that I'm looking at behind you.
Definitely those things.
Give us a spiel about the game.
Sure, yeah. It plays like a simple Dungeons & Dragons, so you have a character sheet, you roll dice, you fight monsters, you level up. But when your hero dies in the game, you have to chug your drink in real life to continue. So the whole game is built around that real-life sense of danger.
And so you're Canadian. Is this a common kind of thing, drinking while playing RPGs, or have you kind of pioneered that?
Yeah, it's. I think I'm definitely the pioneer. I couldn't be the only one that was playing Dungeons & Dragons and drinking with my friends every weekend. And the idea of a drinking RPG 50-50 mix was really funny to me. And as soon as I figured out the mechanics, what was the right amount of RPG, what was the right amount of drinking, I knew I was onto something. And I always just designed games as a hobby, and I went to school for business management. All my experience was different business things. So the creative part's only about 5% of it, and then self-publishing is 95% getting the game out there and doing the business end. So. Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. It's it's an 80-hour-a-week job for sure to do it as a living. At a certain point, it took over as my day job, but I get to work mostly in my pajama pants at home, kind of thing, and come out to conventions like this and fly to Australia. So it's a lot of fun, and happy to be here.
Sounds like it's worth it. Now, this is the third game in the series.
Yep.
What have you learnt from the first two that you carried over into the third?
Yeah, it's this one's a compilation trilogy edition, the new one we have. So it's all 3 in one box. So that was the game I did last year, and I've been doing a game a year since then. And then I have a new game coming out in a month called Haiku Warrior. My printing company is actually right across from me here, which is kind of funny too. So I'm like, hey, where's my game? And so I've got some pictures coming later today and everything. So no, but they've been good. Ad Magic is awesome. So work with those guys.
But they're not helping you with the booth. You're kind of here alone today.
Oh yeah, I always do the booths solo unless I convince a friend to come with me. And Australia, people wanted to come, but nobody wanted to be on a plane for 36 hours coming from Toronto. So it was worth it for me, but I couldn't convince anyone to come here. So it's part of my DIY kind of business model, I guess, is just doing everything yourself. So I'm doing a panel on that tomorrow at 7:30 at the Drop Bear Theater, if this goes up fast enough. But what did I learn from printing and get everything together? That is a very general question. That is a tough one. Basically, just be careful where you spend your money, kind of thing. So, don't plan to design a game yourself with $0. You're going to need something to start with, and you're going to need to invest, kind of thing. But basically, what I did with the first Drinking Quest game is, this is before I even knew about Kickstarter. I just saved up $6,000. I'm like, I'm going to print 500 games, see what happens, see if anyone buys it. And then it just kind of took off right away. People like the idea and they like the execution and how kind of edgy and funny it was. And it's secretly good because it's a comedy game, but everyone buys it because of the drinking game RPG hybrid. So they're kind of curious to see how that plays out. So I just try and have depth beyond that silly hook. And people have liked it. And what I've learned, what I would say is, yes, have a budget, start with something, get it somehow. And if you've never done a game before, I wouldn't recommend doing a Kickstarter or crowdfunding right away, just because the ones that have a fan base ahead of time are the ones that do well. So, yeah.
Now, a lot of your the cards in the drinking game RPG, or Drinking Quest, I should say,
Yep.
are obviously references to pop culture and memes and things like that.
Yes.
Is there one that's super obscure that people don't really get?
That's a very good point. A really obscure one. I know there's some in there. That's a question I never had before. That's great. I like that a lot.
Or has no one had the balls to come up and ask because they didn't want to admit they didn't know it?
I gotta find it. This isn't terribly obscure, but it's called The Shark Knight. So it's about a shark who's also a knight, and his shark parents were murdered by criminal land dwellers. And on the card, it references that it might have been you that did it, and you're drunk half the time, you don't really know, so you have to fight the Shark Knight in the game, and he's just trying to avenge his parents. So there's all kinds of moral gray areas and stuff like that, and hidden philosophy in the games that makes people think.
So it's referencing Superman, is what you're saying?
It's from the famous Superman movie, the Super Knight. Yes, that's right.
Thanks, Jason Anarchy, for joining us. Any final words to people who are coming to PAX or would think about getting your game? Any final, come buy my game?
You can order games from drinkingquest.com, and I just love Melbourne, I love Australia, it's been awesome so far, and if anyone wants to offer for me to sleep on their floor next time I'm here, it's more likely that I'll be back, so.
Actually, I did have another question. I noticed Suddenly Drunk is across the way from you.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's been pointed out to you before. Can we get some kind of mix of the Drinking Quest peanut butter with the Australian Suddenly Drunk chocolate and make some kind of weird hybrid with drinks?
I know on a technical level, it's possible to combine them. I haven't tested it or looked into, how bad that'll get you drunk. Drinking Quest is actually pretty light. It's pretty balanced as far as RPGs go, or as far as drinking games go. Yeah, I know it is technically possible to combine them. I haven't done it yet. I don't know how that plays out, but I know they're good dudes. The designer got a hold of me ahead of time, and he also owns the beta bar here, and he invited me out and stuff like that. So we traded games, right when I got here too. So. I think they're pretty awesome. I just don't know much about combining the games yet, but I know on a technical level, it is possible.
Awesome. Well, look, I think you're starting to get a bit of a queue, so we won't keep you too long. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Cheers.
All right, we're back. In fact, we didn't really leave. We have a better card that is super obscure that no one else has gotten from Drinking Quest. What is it, Jason?
So this is a card called the Snow Weasel. So you fight this adorable weasel in like the ice level of Drinking Quest 1. And the text of the card, it says, the snow weasel immediately latches onto your face. Now, the idea of a weasel immediately latching onto your face comes from the Weird Al song, Albuquerque. So it was a bit of a subtle reference to that. Albuquerque is this ridiculous, 11-minute Weird Al song. It's incredible. But the only person to ever point this out to me that they got that reference, it was during a video, it was a gameplay video of Substance TV playing Drinking Quest, but they also had a Playboy model on there playing the game with them, and she pointed it out, and they immediately started singing this 11-minute Weird Al song, not for the full 11 minutes, but so I'm proud to say that I made a Playboy model sing Albuquerque by Weird Al on camera because of the Snow Weasel card. So that is the most obscure reference I have in all the games, and that's the one time that somebody got it. So thanks for humoring my being in the shower and thinking of a better thing to say after the fact moment. So.
No worries, thanks, bud.
Cheers.